It's okay.
Don't act like your real selves anymore.
Got everybody on here? Looks like it. Jackie, Javier, Javiston. I'll give everyone like another minute and we're starting.
Do you want to share?
No, you don't want to share.
How do we all have geo like paychecks?
You work hard. Please ask that question. You work long hours.
Facts.
Fucking grind and specifically grind.
So you sell them a policy, actually.
Welcome back to the Grindcast.
Seminary, sir.
It's your boy Vince.
It's your boy, I love that. It's your boy. It's your boy.
Yeah, boy.
It's your boy again.
You gotta come in like this.
We're just gonna
It's your
All right, we
boy
got
Vince
Patrice.
Terry.
That's for later. All right, guys, you think we got everybody? Does anybody think we're missing anyone that's on their team, on their squad, is supposed to be on here? I'm gonna go ahead and just get us started. Got Gio in the back right corner here. Sneaking in the picture. I got my quality control manager with me. No, I'm kidding. But more or less, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take over for Tommy here and run this for us. Quick 50 minutes, quick 40 minutes. By now, it's pretty much about 35 minutes. We're gonna go over obviously some Q&A. Make sure that we get everyone's questions out on the floor. Make sure everyone has answers to everything that they have been wanting to ask or, maybe need trained up on. And then, for the last half, we're just going to go over some things we got to have down to get ready to execute the last half of the month. So obviously, if you guys don't know me yet, here, I'll let Kalina, we got one more person come in here. I'm sure you guys all know me by now. Admit, Raphael, we got two more. Perfect. So, yeah, guys, to start this morning sales coffee off, I wanted to go ahead and ask you guys, can everyone hear me okay? Can everyone see me? Okay.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any specific questions at all on something that they've been encountering in the field or, over Zoom or, in the sales process whatsoever? I want to try to start off today with answering people's questions, doing some Q&A.
I have a question.
Reich's got a question. Guys, let me get you all on my big screen here. Let me take care of them first, Reich, see if they have any, because I kind of wasn't even fair to them. I kind of just didn't even have it on gallery view. Okay, did anybody have a question in here? Looks like Shelly Ty. Anyone else? Javier. All right, we'll start with you, Javier. What's your question, my man?
So I just started the child safe kits, and I was looking the transition after the why we're there. Then you do the actual child safe kit explanation. Then how do you transition to like the will kit? Like how do you transition from there?
On a child safe sit, like a child safe lead?
Yeah.
And you're going to the will kit?
Right, yeah, because that's the next thing after, like, we're going into the benefits that were provided by the firemen and the policemen. So then, how do you basically transition into that after?
That's a great question. So Javier, you know, the way I do that is the same way I would do it for any other lead. You know, just like in our script there, you want to just follow that, and definitely don't overthink it for the type of the lead that it is. You don't really need to change it up. I just say the same thing. I'm like, all right, guys. You obviously want to be a little bit more thorough on the child safety kit. If it's a child safe lead, you want to go through the child safety kit a lot more than usual. But once you get to the will, I just ask them, okay, guys, any questions on that child safety kit? I do the child safety referrals. Hope you guys are collecting referrals, making them grab their phone, rolling those referrals. After that, I just say, all right, guys, now, if there's no questions on a child safety kit, the next no cost benefit that the police and firefighters have set up for this program is a final will. Do you guys have a final will? No? Okay, great. So the reason this is a fairly new no-cost benefit, the reason that they set this up is because a lot of families were passing away without wills in place. And that was leading to two major concerns. You know, one, families were fighting over everything. And two, a lot of money was going unclaimed. You know, sometimes I don't even do the 1, 2. I'll just say they created it because a lot of money was going unclaimed. A lot of families were passing away without wills in place. So a lot of money was going unclaimed. Families were fighting over belongings, and we didn't want that. So this is already no cost, guys. This is going to save you anywhere between $300 to $500 on a final will, and maybe even a trip to the lawyer's office as well, okay? Now, they only have me mention just a couple things about this will. First thing is, and I go into it, got to get it notarized, hold up in court as a legal document. Second thing is safe deposit box. Don't put this in a safe deposit box. When you guys get more experience, then you start to know and research how everything works when you die, where all your stuff goes when you die is your estate. So sometimes when you get more experience, you can start to educate them on their estate right there too. You can mention the safe deposit box, the estate, and then obviously the life insurance part, you know, the most important part. But for now, I would keep it to the safe deposit box, and I would keep it to the life insurance part, you know, the estate information it's called. What I meant when I said I was educating them on their estate, I meant where it says last will and testament on the regular FIG, Family Information Guide. I go over what the executor is. If they don't know, I ask them if they know what the executor is. And if they don't know what the executor is, I teach them what the executor does and all the responsibilities they have, to kind of lead them into why we obviously see a need for life insurance. Does that make sense? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it did. Absolutely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Stephen Ellis, man. Thought you could get away with it, brother. Thought Tommy was going to be on here. It's your manager, though. You're late.
Dude, I was on. I had to make a phone call with an appointment later.
Okay.
I was on here at 9:59. I'll have you know.
Okay. So we got in the chat. Jackie asked, "Are you still doing the full will kits or just the FIG?" I do the FIG. I got a couple people on my team that do the full will kit. You know, because they just don't believe in the FIG enough. You know, it's just sell or be sold, and they're getting sold by the FIG. But no, it's really high quality. If you do the real will, I would bring that to more qualified union sits possibly, but I would not make a habit of it. I would just choose a select few people to bring that full will to, because eventually, if we have an entire agency that's using the full will and they're using it for other leads besides the will kit leads, we're going to have a problem. So, Jackie, to answer your question, I use the FIG. If it's a sale and I really just took like $300, $400 a month from them and they're protected and they're with me for life, sometimes I'll bust out the real will at the very end just to put some icing on the cake. Who wants to ask a question next? Who we got next? Okay. We can do Megan. Is that a hand, Megan? No, you're just itching your forehead?
I have a question.
Stephen Ellis.
What do you know about USAA insurance?
With USAA insurance, I mean, I know that they talk about having cheap rates and everything like that, but you know, I can tell you right now, if you just look them up and look on their website, I would check if they have the whole life. And if they have the old school whole life, I'm sure you can go ahead and get a quote on there. If you get a quote on there, I can guarantee you that our $100,000 policy beats theirs. But that's all I know about USAA.
All right, thanks.
They're nothing special. You know, don't let anyone that was in the military tell you that they're special. They're not special. Whole life prices are regulated by the state. They're regulated by the government. You won't see too much of a fluctuation between whole life companies unless they're saving money on advertising and cutting overhead costs like we do. So don't let anyone tell you that that they're going to just hook, oh, USAA, they're with the military, I'm with the military, they're going to give me a better price. I put money on our $100,000 policy, especially Select Life, especially. I put money that no one will come close to it. If they do, we're talking like $2. And at that point, you got to start selling them on, like, do you want to buy McDonald's or do you want to buy like the TGI fry? Like, do you want the filet mignon or do you want the TV dinner? Because yeah, that $2 is great. You might be beating us because Knights of Columbus, this hole in the wall Catholic life insurance company, they may come close, some small companies like that. But a lot of times those companies aren't A+ rated by AM Best, and they're not even rated at all sometimes as well. They could take a very long time to pay out. They don't have as many assets as us. They don't have a 1 to 3 day payout guaranteed, 3 to 5 day payout. I mean, they don't have you is most important. They don't have you. You guys got to remember, first they buy you, then they buy the company, then they buy the product. Don't ever forget that.
Can you repeat that?
Just that part?
The last part, yeah.
First they buy you, then they buy the company, then they buy the product. Very crucial. Very crucial. You can make sales just off of you sometimes. They don't even know what just happened. They just loved you. Yeah. Option B, I mean, yeah, like this is great. You could be giving them a term. This is great, Matt. I love you, Matt Brown. That's how Matt Brown makes so many sales. How do you think Matt Brown does it? I'm just kidding. Matt Brown's a very, very stern professional. Look at him right now. He's looking good today. Looking fly. Coming in, carrying all the coffee in one hand, his products in the other. Said, who's getting what today? Who am I serving? All right, next question. Does that answer your question, Steven? Look him up, brother. We can talk. I live with you. Patrice, how do you handle a two-person sit who have separate bank accounts, life partner, etc., for an eApp application? 2 separate apps? Okay, so basically, great question. Great question. Everybody definitely listen up. When someone has 2 separate bank accounts, for whatever reason, oh, it's unstable. You guys still hear me okay? Thumbs up. When someone has 2 separate bank accounts, you have to start another presentation. You cannot just add another super combo. You have to finish that application, hit finish, go through the checklist, have it load, and then go back to the beginning and hit start presentation again. If you try to use 2 separate super combos on one application, it's going to keep on copying one bank for both. You're going to type in one bank over here and one bank over there, and you're going to go to sign it and hit next and waste an hour filling everything out. And then you're going to be like, what the hell is this? They're the same bank account all of a sudden. It's just going to keep doing it like magic. Boom, boom, 2 bank accounts. You can type them in as many times as you want. It's going to keep taking one of those and making it to both.
Would you do them on the same needs analysis first and then take them out and go back in, or?
Great question. Great question. I've literally, before this has happened to me, just for sake of time, I will do them on the same super combo first just to get the prices out. Sometimes I'll even write everything up on the same super combo as well. And I'll tell them, guys, I'm going to separate these after I leave here today. I'm going to have to unlock this. if the company asks you on the phone call if I unlocked it, just let them know that we were here, we got it all done together, because I'm going to have to separate these two applications. I just don't have the time right now. And most of the times they're thanking you for that too. Now you got to have great rapport and you got to have trust with them. Don't just be telling that to random clients. Like, hey, I'm going to unlock this and I'm going to redo it while you're not here. You don't want to do that. You know, you literally want to like get out of that sit, like pull over somewhere and separate them before too much time passes by. All you got to do is hit unlock, and you can speak to your manager about how to unlock applications and then just separate them. But most of the times you want to do what's right, and you just want to go ahead and when you know that's coming, write down the options for both of them. Find out right there when they choose an option if they're using a separate bank or not. And then from there on, if they're using a separate bank, just don't go any further typing in the wife's information on the one app. You're just going to end up deleting it and transferring it over. So if you find out they have separate banks, fill out one for the husband, go down to your programs and double click eApp again. You can open up 2 eApps. As much as people want to think you can't, you can open up 2 eApps. It's going to tell you, hey, there's already an instance of eApp running. It's going to try to tell you that. Just click OK, and it'll pop up anyway. Open up 2 separate eApps and start banging them out in the house. Matter of fact, don't even listen to me about unlocking it. That wasn't probably, that's some veteran advice I don't want anyone new doing. Get caught up with the Department of Insurance or something silly. Great question, though, Patrice. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Who's next, virtually? Nobody? All right. I'm going to go to the in-person team here. Marvin had a question. Marvin, go ahead.
So I booked this one guy, and he had already been scheduled 3-4 times, and they kept flaking on him. So then when I gave him my 2-hour gap, he said, okay, no, you're going to be here at 6 o'clock. And I was just like, well, you know, we do like to give that 2-hour gap. We sit with 8 to 10 families, and sometimes he's like, no. He's like, I'm not going to do this again with someone else. You're going to be here at 6, and then I'll see you here at 6. And like, basically, I can't even solidify with him because he hung up on me.
Was this a union?
It was a will kit.
It was a will kit.
And I'm just like, what?
Yeah. So why did someone else miss him?
He's like, I had 2 or 3 people. They scheduled an appointment. They never showed.
In person?
In person. One was a Zoom. And then he's like,
Short. Yeah. So great question. I've dealt with that before. Happens sometimes. The first thing I want you to understand is most people on the phone, when you catch them and they're obviously somebody that had an appointment already and you're like, hey, we just got to get this done. 9 times out of 10, it's just like when a teacher used to catch you doing something bad, or like a police officer, like, what are you doing over there? Are you drinking and driving tonight? Did you have a beer earlier? What are you gonna say? No, man. Just had one. Right? I just had one. Well, you know what? I had one, and my buddy gave it to me, and then they told me they were gonna drive, and now they didn't drive. You know, people make up excuses because they know that their ass is the one that missed that appointment. Mm-hmm. I find it hard to believe that someone had him scheduled for an in-person and then missed him. Unless he did something to promote that. I don't know what kind of agent would have an appointment and then miss them and no call, no show. Pretty rare. I mean, if you're that kind of agent, you might as well quit because you're just going to mess it up for all of us. So I'll answer you soon, Jackie. It's a great question. So with that being said, I would just kind of dig a little bit as he's like getting all upset. You know, no. We went through this last time. We're going to do a 1-hour gap. We went through this last time. Okay, Joe, honestly, brother, I'll sometimes tell him I'm part of quality control team. I'm just trying to figure out what may have happened. What happened? Tell me about it. What happened? Why are we upset? You know, what happened? People love when that happened. Oh, let me tell you, Marvin, they'll love to vent to you. Well, we had an appointment. He did this, he did that. He didn't show up. I had a 2-hour gap. Okay, definitely understand. It's like if you've ever been on the phone with someone from customer service from Comcast, you can just rip the person up, down, left, and right that might have screwed you over from Comcast, and they'll never sit there and like agree with you. They'll be like, Well, I'll tell you what we can do, Mr. Vince. We can give you a $20 credit. You know, like they'll never agree with what happens. So ask them what the last agent did. Tell them we have zero tolerance for that, and you want to make this right. Ask them what their name was too. Even if they give you your name, it's not like we're going to go yell at somebody. I mean, we probably will, but like, it's probably not true. So we probably won't end up yelling at that person, but ask them what their name is. We have zero tolerance for that. Do you remember their name? Who was that? And what happened exactly? He had an appointment set with you. He didn't call you. He didn't even let you know. He'd be running late or rescheduling. And then half the time they'll be like, well, you know, I just, blah, blah, blah. And you, okay, well, no problem. That's exactly why I'm here. I'm going to be able to get this right for you. But, you know, we do have to give ourselves that 2-hour gap because we're running around with 8 to 11 families a day. These will kits are only a small portion of what we do. Mainly what we do, guys, is we handle permanent insurance benefits for over 40,000 different unions across the country. So honestly, guys, I wish I could, you know, not give you that 2-hour gap, but that's just something I have to give because we're running around with 8 to 11 members a day. I would rather not give you a 1-hour gap or a certain time and then be late and then, you know, make you even more upset, you know. So best thing I would do is if he's really being adamant about it, I would narrow him down to like a 1-hour gap, but that's it. You know what I mean? It's sell or be sold at that moment. He's telling you he ain't doing it unless it's a 1-hour gap. You're the guy that has the free $1,500 product in your hand. You know what I mean? Oh, you don't want to do you don't want to do my 2-hour gap? Well, I'll tell you what, Joe, I'm not sure when we're going to be able to fit this in. You know, maybe we can choose another time. I got this time. I got that time. You know, I'll tell you what, we'll put you down for 5 to 7. And if I'm running later than 6:30, I'll give you a call. How's that sound? Or I'll you know what I mean? Maybe I'll buy you a beer when we're out of there or something like that. You know what I mean? Like if he's really been no-showed 3-4 times, you know, sometimes I'll bring him something for fun if they're at my last appointment, you know, but a will kit, kind of different. Will kits aren't really tied to our PR. Will kits aren't really tied to our company too heavily. So if he's going to be like that, you know, you just gotta take the control back, figure out what happened, tell him that's what you're here to do. Be more stern than him, and he's the one that needs us. He's the one that needs us. Like I said, you can go down to a gap that's smaller, but you're going to get there. You're going to run your ass off to get there at 6, and you're going to have no control from the door. Hey, Joe, how you doing? I told you 6 o'clock. Come on, Marvin, get in here. Like he's your dad or something. Get in here. Come on. I don't got time for this. You're going to be all right, or A+ ratings. Can you hurry this up? Can you hurry this up? It's going to just carry into the rest of the sit. Next question, Jackie, you said something about discount cards. How are you approaching the discount card leads? Because I'm finding most don't care about the discount card and it doesn't keep their interest. Okay. So honestly, guys, with the discount card leads, it's something that's never been as good as right now because before when we were in Pittsburgh, we used to get these discount card leads and all they did was fill out a piece of paper on the discount card and send it in. And the no cost discount program used to be hearing, prescription, chiropractic, and vision. Now, all these leads we're getting for these discount cards, they're from that same time. These people had this old discount card. They don't even know what's really good for them, right, Nolan? They don't even know what's good for them. That's what me and Nolan say about these clients, guys. They don't know what's good for them. So basically, it's going to be up to you. I got a few guys here right now that do a very good job of selling that over the phone. I wish Ashley was here. She does a good job as well. But a lot of times, we just got to let them know, you know, honestly, hey, you know, looks like you've been participating. You know, hey, this is Vince with American Income. Sometimes I say like, it shows here in our system that you're participating in our discount card plan, and it's actually up for renewal. You know, it's just my job to get you out to renew your discount card and get you all squared away. And They can say like, oh, I don't remember this. I don't remember the discount card. I don't want the discount card. No problem, Joe. I completely understand. Always agree. I completely understand where you're at, Joe. We got to get some videos on here too. Shelly, Kalina, Raphael, Gabriel. I mean, Josh, come on now. Matthew Hans, Matthew Jans. We can't be practicing this kind of stuff. So thank you. So with that being said, guys, with the discount card, I let them know, no problem, Joe, no problem, Joe. It's actually already been set up for you. You're already participating in it. Maybe I can refresh your memory. It's designed to save our members up to 80% off on any out-of-pocket expenses that their health insurance doesn't cover. First thing out of their mouth is like, I already got health insurance. They think they don't need it. I always beat that. The best way to beat a rebuttal. Can anyone tell me the best way to beat a rebuttal or to beat an objection? And what else? Proactively.
Say it before they ask.
Exactly. Beat it before it comes out of their mouth, right? So, yeah, Joe, you're already participating in it. There's really nothing for you not to be interested in. You're already in the discount card plan. This would have been through your union, or somebody from the union would have sponsored you into this. We're a 100% unionized insurance group, ma'am. You know, sir, Jackie, whoever their name is. So, you know, now, does that make sense? No, yes, whatever they might say. If they say no, okay, well, no problem. Like I said, you're already set up with it. I understand a lot of our members don't remember that they have it right now, but the only reason why I'm calling is because this has been updated. I know you got health insurance to work, Joe. This is designed to save you guys up to 80% off anything your health insurance doesn't cover on things like dental, prescription, vision, chiropractic, MRIs and CAT scans, diabetic supplies. 1 out of every 3 Americans has got to be diabetic, especially over the age of 50 in this big, greasy country of ours, fast food ran country of ours. So mention the diabetic supplies, mention those new areas. Let them know it's all digital now. It's all an app on your phone. I literally just got to come out there, get you set up with it, and you can start saving. You know what I mean? So like, if that doesn't work, what I've been seeing people do on my team is they call these discount cards like they're a POS. They have a POS script out in front of them. Most of the times they'll say, I'm not sure what, insurance company I'm with. Oh, I don't remember having a life insurance to you guys. No problem. It shows here that you're taking advantage of our discount card plan. That's right at this time. That's the only coverage you may have on us, but you are a member of our company. It's just my job to get this out to you. Blah, blah, blah. Right. Do you have anything to say? I know you call these all the time.
I usually mention how much discounts they're able to save. Or I'm like, hey Joe, this is Reich here with American Income. How are we doing this evening?
Yeah, hey, practice with me.
Yeah.
Hey, right, yeah. Hey, Joe.
Hey Joe.
Yeah, who's this?
Hey Joe, it's Reich here with American Income. How are we doing this evening?
Good. What's this? What do you want?
Only reason why I'm calling here is because it shows here in our system that you do take advantage of our health and services discount card. This was designed to save our union members up to 85% off from out-of-pocket expenses. Anywhere from diabetes, medication, and dental, all the way to prescription drugs and chiropractic. And I'm sure you can agree with me, Joe, that everyone can use some more discounts these days, right?
Right, but I don't really remember being a part of this discount card plan.
Definitely. I completely understand that, Joe. Did an American Income representative ever come out and sit with you guys?
I don't know. I can't remember.
This is through the union. You're part of the union there, right, Joe? And if
I think I was part of the union before.
Okay.
What if I say I didn't? What if I say I wasn't?
Oh, it still shows.
What do people mostly say to you, Greg?
I've been called. I don't know. They'll usually hang up at that point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, obviously that's how calling goes sometimes. But we're here to talk about when they don't hang up.
When they don't hang up, if they're like, I wasn't part of the union, well, it still shows you're in the system, so you're more than eligible. You're still eligible to receive all these discounts there. It's just my job, and I just try to proceed to booking.
It's just my job to get these out to you.
Yeah.
And what else do you run into after that?
They usually have the wrong address, so you have to confirm their address. Almost like 6 out of 10 times, it's an old address that they have set on there.
Then we can go door knock them, right?
Yeah.
And now that everything's electronic, are they getting an email after the app's submitted, or how is that triggered?
The discount card?
Yeah.
Great question. So you guys got to be very careful. And, I'll send this email out to you, Jackie. I know I sent it to the MGA squad before you were on that email. So I can send that out to you again. If I forget, please text me. But basically, when the app is finished, if it's a sale, you're going to send it off to home office someday. Within 72 hours of sending it off, they get an email with their registration, all the details they need to download the app. And when they download the app, they just enter the credentials we gave them through that email, and it logs them onto the app right away. If it's a no sale, this is where we're messing up, guys. Please listen up. If it's a no sale, if it is a no sale, it's going to sit in your computer, and that application is going to expire after 3 days. Okay? So what you need to do proactively, so you don't get us a bunch of angry customers, is you need to go to that no sale and you need to get back into it. You go to existing applications, you click into it, and you hit cancel sale or delete sale, abandon sale. There's a red X at the top of eApp, red little X like old school Windows. Click that X, abandon sale. It's going to give you one more time to enter the discount card plus information again. That's where you can fix everything you might have entered that was, just to get past the needs analysis. You get one more chance to enter everything right. Once you abandon the sale, within 72 hours, it's going to send it off again. So the only way it doesn't get sent off, guys, is if we don't click abandon sale and we let that application expire in our eApp. Make sense, everybody? Any questions on that? That's a really, really, really big thing that our PR team is on us about. This is going to create us hundreds of thousands of leads over the course of the next year. We have to be big on that.
I thought once you hit submit on the page there, it sent it off, because I thought that's what it says right on the eApp.
No, no, unfortunately, that just gets you to the super combo. That just gets you to the super combo. That's all that does there. Well, guys, I have time for one more question. And then I want to go over some things about finishing off the last half of this month. Does anybody have any questions? Gabriel, I know you had a lot of great questions when I had you in training class before. Gabriel, Patrice, anybody, Shelly, Matthew, Raphael?
I put another one in the comments. It kind of plays off the first one I asked. I'm not sure if it's a valid question. I'm just wondering in what situation you would do that.
You're okay. And would you add a second super combo? An example of when you would add a second super combo is if there is one bank, one payer in that house, and they want to insure somebody that's not their significant other. Like grandma's in the house, she wants to pay for her daughter's policy. Obviously, we're not going to put grandma as the insured A and her daughter as B. The insured B is always for the spouse. So that's an example of when you would have two super combos on one app. It's when there's one payer and the person that's being insured second is not the spouse. And no, they do not get the hardcore mailed out form anymore. It is strictly a mobile application.
Thank you.
What you can do is you can call home office and you can put them on a list. Home office keeps that list, and until they find a way to get this to people without emails, that list will sit there. And when they do find a way to get it to people without emails, they're supposed to look at that list and get everyone taken care of, because I already ran into a couple old school people that had no technology. I actually told her I was going to create a Gmail for her today. Still don't really know how it's going to work. All right, guys. Last thing I want to end on, I want to ask you guys, Thomas Whalen, I'll start with you, brother. Tommy, don't make me come in that closet. What's your commit for the last 2 weeks of the month?
My commit?
Yeah.
We're putting last 2 weeks. 6K at least.
6K for the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So 3K a week?
Yes, sir.
How many presentations do you need for 1 week to hit 3K, do you think?
Probably at least to hit 3K, I would say probably at least 12.
Yeah, definitely. How many calls do you think you need to make to get that many appointments? To get
Probably
12
at least
presentations, to get 12
600?
presentations, how many appointments do you probably need on the schedule for the week?
20.
20.
20.
60% show ratio?
Yeah, for in-homes at least, yeah.
Nice. How are you going to get 20 appointments?
Call my ass off.
How many calls do
Yeah.
you think you need to do that?
600 at least.
See, this
Yeah.
man uses numbers. That's why he's hitting them, right? 600 calls at least, right? Jackie, how about you? What's your commit for the last 2 weeks of the month? 3, 4, 5. There's no wrong answers.
I'll say 2,500 each week.
2,500. How many presentations do you think you need for a sale? Who can tell me? Does anyone know? 3. 3 presentations for a sale. So what's the average ALP per sale? Who can tell me that?
800.
Somebody new. Javon, Tommy, they said 800. See how Javon and Tommy are the guys that are actually producing right now. You know, everyone is in this whole room. We're all producing, but we got to know these numbers, guys. Average sale is 800. We need 3 presentations to get 1 sale, right? So Tommy wants to get 6K ALP. If each sale is 800, what is that? 7 sales? Just about 7 sales. And guys, to be honest, the average sale is actually higher. It's actually closer to 1,000. But we like to under-promise and over-deliver here. That's what you should do. Whatever you think you need, increase it. That way you get there. So I want you guys to find out, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to find out what your commit is that you gave to your manager, which is your word. Don't give a commit that you can't hit. All we need is everybody just to play their part and go to work. We'll all be in a really good spot. A lot of you guys on here are out of training, just fresh out of training. Even more of a reason to be on your numbers. This is all a numbers game. Write down in the morning, have this in front of you. I want this much ALP, so I got to do these many calls today, and I got to have these many appointments on tomorrow. Everybody wants to know why Gio wrote 20K, how he wrote 20K. I've been wondering that my whole career with him, since he was an SA and I was an agent. Well, all he does is tells himself what he needs and does not negotiate one bit. I couldn't even find him the other day because he was probably doing crazy things to get his appointment count right for the day. Megan, Javier, banging out sales right next to him while he's banging out a sale. Obviously had something to do with it. Guys are studs. But guys, we got to make sure we keep on our numbers and look at them every day. You need to wake up every morning and tell yourself, what do I need today? Where do I need to be? Where was I yesterday? I needed 3 sales yesterday. I only got 1. How do I correct this today? How many calls do I need today? When can I fit more calls in to book more appointments? 8 to 10 is a great time. Some way, some reason, you get a hold of every guy at 7:30 to 9. I'm not sure why, because they all should be on the job site. Maybe they're all still drinking their coffee, trying not to go to work. Call 7:30 to 9, see what happens. You can get 3 right there. Have your numbers in front of you, know what you need to hit, and go to work. We're a 1099. We're in a 1099 business, guys. Just because your boss isn't telling you to be here at 7:30 to make those calls doesn't change anything. It's actually even worse because now it's not your boss's money, it's your money. So how much harder are you going to work knowing it's your money and not some company's? Why would we work less hard? Why would we be less disciplined with our time and our action when it's actually our business that's affecting compared to someone else's business? We'll go bend head over heels for another person's business. We'll almost kill people in traffic for another person's business. Let's make sure, guys, we know what we need. Get with your managers, role play, workshop. You guys have my numbers. You can ask me any questions you need to. We gotta hop off here. We gotta cut this. Unfortunately, guys, Drew and Tommy, Mr. Vina need the laptop. They need the account back. They're gonna run the group. Let's make sure we hit our commits, guys. Let's get amped up. Make sure you're filling your mind with mind, body, and spirit in the morning. Okay. Podcast, Ed Milet, Grant Cardone, whoever you may like, Stephen Furtick, Joel Osteen, the religious version of Grant Cardone. That's what I like to call Joel Osteen. He's something else, guys. Fill your head with at least, this is right from Simon's mouth, 15 minutes to 30 minutes of mind. That's a podcast. That's whatever it may be. Get that done in the morning. Work out, stretch, even if it's stretching or it's yoga. 15 to 30 minutes of mind. I like to do that right when I'm in the shower. Because your thoughts, your first couple thoughts in the day are going to control your thoughts for the rest of the day. I'll finish on this, guys. We have 75,000 thoughts in our brain every day. On average, 75,000 thoughts. I think I said this to the training class before. What dictates those thoughts throughout that day is what thoughts you had yesterday. What thoughts you had yesterday is from the day before. You have to restart your thoughts. You have to get up in the morning, get all the negative out